Welcome back to another week and another episode of Beyond the Sold Sign Real Estate Unplugged. We are your hosts and realtors, Lauren
and Naya.
So thank you again for all of our followers, all of our subscribers. We appreciate you all for coming back and continuing to listen and or watch our podcast. This week we have a pretty interesting story, as we do for most of our episodes. But for this one, we are specifically talking and reaching out to our sellers. We haven't done a lot with you guys yet, so this is going to be a very, very good story. And we call this one For Sale by Owner Fiasco.
Perfect. All right. So in today's episode, we're sharing a cautionary tale about the challenges that can arise when attempting to sell a home without professional help. So this homeowner believed that he could handle the process of selling his home on his own without the help of a real estate agent. He knew that, he was starting this journey with good intentions. He wanted to save on realtor fees and believed that he knew his home better than anyone else. That's fair. So with his confidence, he listed his property as for sale by owner, and he eagerly awaited potential buyers. However, weeks turned into months, and he found himself facing a number of hurdles that he really didn't anticipate. Without the professional guidance of a real estate agent, he struggled to attract serious buyers. The lack of an effective marketing strategy and online presence really hindered the visibility of his property in the competitive market. When potential buyers did express interest, he found himself in uncharted territory during negotiations. The lack of experience in handling offers and counteroffers put him at a disadvantage for sure. As time went on, he became increasingly frustrated. He faced legal complications with the paperwork, struggled to coordinate inspections, and he found the closing process to be a daunting task. In the end, he realized that the perceived cost of selling without a realtor came at the expense of valuable time, increased stress, and a less than optimal selling price. Lessons learned on that one.
Very much so. Sellers, we love y'all, but use us. Please use us. Because it can be like, I don't think people realize how much we put in. I think realtors get a bad rep sometimes. Like we pay y'all too much or y'all make too much money because some people just don't feel like our value is worth it, and we do a lot. But behind the scenes, we do so much work, and we do it so well that you don't even realize that we are doing a lot of work. Exactly. And I think that's where some people are kind of like, oh, we gonna pay you this much money. And it's like, yeah, sorry.
I love, in the way that we shared the story, it clearly showed that like the price that you believe you're saving is not worth sometimes the price and cost to yourself and the stress and the, the time and all that. So like you have to figure out what's more important, your peace and letting a professional handle it, or like saving this dollar amount that you're thinking about.
Yeah, because you as a seller, you are already stressed out enough just trying to pack and get your stuff out of your house, making it ready for buyers. Because I also feel like sellers may not know necessarily how some buyers are looking when they're looking at houses. Some sellers are thinking that buyers are just coming in, they want to look at their house and they're like, okay, great, it looks nice. But what they're not realizing is buyers don't want to look at what you like. They want to picture themselves in the house and how they can kind of decorate their house themselves. But you can't do that when the seller has all their stuff still in there and they're like, oh no, it's fine. As a lot of times for sale by owners, you're keeping a lot of your stuff in your house and you're just tidying up a little bit, and you may be decluttering, but not enough. And you still have your personal style in the house, and not everybody likes your style. So it'll be a lot harder to get a buyer to come in and say, oh yeah, I can see me putting my own stamp onto this house.
Right.
And I think some sellers, which I mean, I feel like is normal. Most sellers don't realize that until they speak to a real estate agent.
Exactly. And that sounds like a small thing, but it's such a big big thing.
It is.
And yeah, so selling a home is not just placing a for sale sign in your yard. There's much more. Are serious about having a really great strategy and marketing plan. Would you like to share some of the stuff that, we do, what's involved?
Yes, because some sellers probably don't know. So some of the things that we do is we have a very big online presence. So we will always make sure that it is seen everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We make sure that it is put out to everyone, as many people as we want to see it and you want to see it. But also we feel as though not only online presence, but actually being in the neighborhood is actually a really big part of it as well. So we want to showcase your home. So we're going to showcase it to neighbors. We are going to not necessarily like door knock, but we are going to put out postcards and let people know that your house is coming soon. We will have a marketing material inside of the house as well, so that when buyers do come in to see the house, they have all the information that they need, including all of your updates that you've done to your house. Because when buyers walk in, they do not know what updates and all that you've done to the house. We want to make sure we show that and we portray it so that nothing goes unnoticed. And the reason why your house is priced the way it is because of these upgrades. We'll also have in there a little one pager about the area that the house is in. So the fun things and the history behind the area, you will also have that as well. And obviously on our real estate site, we will also make sure that it is on there. A lot of times we do a coming soon. So that way, when we do have a coming soon, a lot of the realtors and buyers can kind of see that, oh, there's a house coming on the market, and they can plan for it. And then when it becomes active, they can go and see it. And we also will stage a house as well. So we have so many resources. I think that's most important that you can tap into when you're working with realtors. That one, obviously staging, which will make your house very attractive to buyers, because what a stager will do is they come in, they're not trying to please the seller. They're trying to please the buyer, because at this point it's really no longer your house. You want to sell it, and they're looking at what buyers are going to come in to look at the house. So staging is huge. That's like something we kind of always do. And then what else do we do besides, we always do your photography. We'll do a video as well. There's just so much marketing and money and time that we put into our listings, and we do as we're working with our sellers, that it is, I think, worth it. And I know you may think like, oh, like paying us, but you do pay people for services, and it's the same thing. And you may be wondering like, well, how much do realtors cost? Why won't a seller use a realtor? Like, why wouldn't they? Do you know why they wouldn't use one? Or how much we charge?
He was really confident and like so sure, like he knows his home better than anyone else, which he does.
Absolutely.
You do.
Yep.
I think sellers have to know it's not just about like you knowing your home well. That is super important, and we do need to know all the things.
Yep.
We need to know all the things about your home, especially as we're selling it, so it's everything is accurate. But the list that Lauren was sharing with marketing, like that's probably still just half of all the things. Like photography in itself, there's like certain tips and tricks and things that just fall in that we do with photography. Staging, there's tips and tricks and things that just fall into the staging category. Marketing on social media, that's one thing. Marketing in our real estate network, that's one thing. How it's on the MLS, and there's really cool things that our brokerage does that are different from other brokerages that get your house out there, like the private exclusives. There's so many layers and things. So like it's more than just how well you know your house, and we truly respect and love that you know your house well and the best. And we're not going to try to know your house better than you, but we're going to know it enough to market it the right way that you need to get it sold for a price that is pleasing to you.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And that makes sense. I just don't think some sellers know it, and they look at, and so okay, let's talk about pricing really quick. Like what we charge, maybe why a seller would not use a realtor. Now let's talk about money, because I feel like that may be like the main,
that is the biggest thing.
The biggest thing. So All right, y'all want to do some calculations? Or we'll just tell y'all how much. Now, we are in the DMV again, so this is just based off the DMV. Every other state is different. If you're a seller and you are working with a realtor, usually you are paying both agents commission.
Yeah.
The agent that you are working with that's helping you sell your house, and also the buyer's agent that is bringing the buyer that is buying your house. So usually you are paying both of those commissions. For listing, meaning the agent that you're working with that you hired as a seller, it's usually 3% commission. And then you're going to pay 2.5% to the buyer's agent. So in total, you will be paying about 5.5% of commission based on what you and your realtor spoke about, because it depends on who you hired. Some realtors are okay with taking a discount. Our value is very high and we do a lot. Sometimes we will drop it to 2.5%. But I'm telling y'all, if y'all looked at our history and what we've done in the past, you would realize, like, okay, they're definitely worth the money, be honest.
Yeah.
I think we are.
Yeah, I think we are too. And again, like, it's all about the details and the attention and making sure that your home is front and center, and really that potential buyers have a pleasant experience and all that while viewing your home. So we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes, before, after, during the process. The negotiation, that's a big thing. That's a huge thing.
That's a whole other situation.
Yeah. Outside of marketing, that's just so. And negotiation is a huge thing. We are trained in negotiation skills. We're looking at contracts and we're dealing with transactions all the time. So like, we know how to negotiate, how to really work it out on your behalf, and of course in partnership with the buyer's party. And that is not something that you necessarily want to have to stress yourself out with.
Right.
And you don't have to. Leave it to us. We're the professionals. We're more than happy to do it. We have the skill sets and the network to do it on your behalf.
Yeah, we don't want y'all stressed. And this sounded like he was stressed out. Okay, frustrated. We don't want y'all frustrated. It's already frustrated enough selling your house. Like, that's the whole point. And like you said, leave it to the professionals. Like, we would never want to come into your job and be like, oh, we can do this, knowing darn well we probably can't do it. So we're just like, you know what? We will pay y'all to go ahead and do it. And when you speak about negotiations and the contracts, they are so detailed. Like, y'all, we do classes and trainings on, like, this is like a weekly or a monthly thing that we are always learning about contracts, because they change. They are changing every 3 months. So as a seller, if you have your house, you're thinking put your house on the market in January and you actually come on in April, that contract has already changed. And you have the one from January. You don't even realize that it has changed just because you're not really in the business. We are not saying that you cannot sell your home. We're not saying that. People have done it. Absolutely. It has been a thing, or it wouldn't be a name called for sale by owner. That is a thing. But we're just saying it may be beneficial for you as the seller to use us because we are good at what we do.
Yeah. I'm more than happy to do it for you.
Not for free, but we're more than happy to do it for you, because you are going to pay. The thing is, all right,
so you're gonna pay either way.
Thank you. Either way,
so you either pay.
Either way, you're gonna pay.
You pay the professionals, or you pay in your stress, your time, your confusion, the time on market that you're waiting, because we could have had it sold 3 months ago, and you are still in this house, haven't moved on to your next step. So you're going to pay the price at some point. Maybe you had to come down in price, but if we were marketing it and, getting it out there for you, you could have had the price you really wanted. So you're going to pay the cost.
Either
it's about which way you want to pay it.
You might as well just pay us, because then also, like, where are y'all going? Are you going to a new house? So now you trying to sell your house and you looking for a new house?
Right.
And you delayed because you couldn't even sell the house. But if you are in the middle of trying to buy a house as well, I'm sure you're using a realtor to, buy a house, because you really can't not. But if you're buying a house and then you were so stressed out trying to sell your house, again, you are going to pay either way. So you might as well just pay us to do it. And I know you probably like, no, it's not going to be as much. No, it's going to be. You got to pay for photos, staging, videos, all the marketing. That right there is all the costs that you're going to pay us. What you probably don't realize is the money that sellers are paying listing agents, we're recouping the money that we had already put into your house to get it ready to sell and so that we can sell it. So we're just recouping some of that money that we put out for your house. You are going to pay it, so you might as well just go ahead and pay us so that you have a very stress-free process. Finding a house, that's a different story. It may be stressful, but you're working with someone.
Yeah.
And you do not pay realtors as a buyer's agent.
Buyer.
You're not going to pay them. So it's not like you're paying to work with a realtor to help you buy your house and sell it. It's just to sell it.
Yeah.
So that's just,
And I would say, like, for me, and I know this is for you too, like, the fun part about our job is that we are making this stress-free for you. Like, we love jumping in and helping and making sure that we're removing the stress and the trouble that we know you would have doing this on your own, whether buyer or seller. Like, we love making sure that your experience and your process is enjoyable, is as smooth as possible. Like, that's just what we do. And that's what makes me happy working with clients, like knowing that you're not stressed out, that it's handled, and that you're happy at the end of the day.
Yep. Yeah. And I think that is our main goal.
Yeah.
We want you to be happy, not stressed.
Yeah.
That's fun for nobody.
That's not fun at all.
And the buyers are going to be stressed walking into the house like, what is this?
Like trying to figure out why you took your photos on an iPhone.
Hello?
And they couldn't see clearly.
Y'all, that's a tip. Don't take it.
And don't be in the photo.
Don't have your thumb in the photo. If you're taking a mirror picture.
I have seen people have listing photos. I've seen this for homes and I've seen this for rentals, where the person is literally taking a picture of the bathroom, but like you're in the mirror.
You can't
That
do
is
that.
so unprofessional.
Y'all don't do that.
You will have top-notch photography services.
Yes.
And it makes a difference. Like, come on.
It's just little things that I don't think people realize. And y'all would never know. That's the point of us. You wouldn't know these things. So we're not trying to come at y'all.
No, yeah, I'm not trying to like
that's
poke
a tip.
at y'all, but I'm just saying, like, you know,
come on.
You want it to show well.
Yes.
You want it to be top-notch. Mm-hmm. So let us help you out.
Yes.
And, you know, just want to make sure you're not out there putting bathroom selfies on Zillow.
Please don't do that, y'all. Please, we're begging y'all. Okay, that's all we ask for. I was gonna say something, I forgot.
Oh no,
I know. I always forget, but that's okay because I feel like we hit most of the points. I wanted to give them another tip just as a seller, but y'all got enough tips.
Yeah,
I think for this one.
Reach out if you need more.
Yes, I know
about
right?
your certain situation.
And if you need to sell, especially if y'all in the DMV, hit us up if y'all need to sell because we will definitely help you out. And if you're a for sale by owner and you want to stay a for sale by owner and you're like, hey, I don't need, because there are different levels to using a real estate agent. So It doesn't have to be all in or nothing. You can do like, you can have exclusive, you can have exclusive, like it doesn't have to be all or nothing. So if you say, hey, I really need help with this part of the transaction, let's just say you need help with just writing up the offers or looking at offers and doing like contracts and stuff. But so that's not going to be a full like 3%. It may be 1.5% that you pay a real estate agent because it's not an entire what do you call it? Like we're not doing everything.
We're not doing the, I guess, like a full service transaction.
Exactly. So that way you can maybe get best of both worlds, and we can also give you some tips as to, okay, this is what you probably need to do, but we won't be there the entire time with you. So that's also a compromise that you may want to do if you do for sure want to be a for sale by owner. That was my tip.
I love that. That was such a good tip. I didn't even I didn't think to share that. Also totally forgot that you can figure out.
That's why we together. I know. That's why we team.
You totally can, just pick the pieces that you feel like would support you best. That's perfect.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That wraps up another week and another story. Sellers, We love y'all. I hope y'all didn't feel like we were
I know.
coming at
I hope
y'all.
y'all don't feel like we're coming for
No,
y'all.
but we keep it real, and we're going to continue to
and
keep
we
it
want
real.
the best for you.
Yes,
Okay.
100%. And we always keep it real at our podcast. So that's why y'all come and watch us. So just like take it and let us know. Y'all know that at the end of this, y'all will see how to contact us. So just make sure y'all reach out if y'all have any questions. Again, if y'all want to submit a story or you have a tale to tell, you can email us, or you can do the audio message and you can send it to us, and it will go directly to our email. And then you can decide if you want to be a guest or you want to remain anonymous. We don't want anyone getting in trouble here. So we appreciate y'all again. And you can find us visuals on YouTube, and most of our shorts and everything on Instagram and TikTok, and all of our audio, Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon. So we hope to see y'all again next week, and have a great day.
Have a great day.
Bye.